The Paris Air Show, a name synonymous with innovation and ambition, stands as the world's premier aviation event. It's more than just a trade show, it's a global stage where the future of flight is unveiled and debated. Aviation enthusiasts, industry professionals, and government officials from every corner of the globe converge here, drawn by the promise of groundbreaking technology and the allure of high-stakes deals. Held every 2 years at Le Bourget Airport, a historic site steeped in aviation lore, the air show transforms the sprawling airfield into a bustling hub of activity. Static displays showcase the latest aircraft, from sleek commercial airliners to cutting-edge military jets, offering visitors a close-up look at the marvels of modern engineering. For 1 week, industry leaders gather, not just to network and exchange ideas, but to unveil cutting-edge aircraft and technologies that will shape the skies for decades to come. These unveilings are often grand affairs, complete with dazzling displays and speeches from top executives, generating excitement and anticipation throughout the industry. Beyond the spectacle, the Paris Air Show is a crucial arena for business. Here, airlines and manufacturers engage in intense negotiations, hammering out deals that shape the future of flight and determine the fortunes of companies for years to come. These deals, often worth billions of dollars, represent a significant investment in the future of air travel. It's a high-stakes marketplace, a pressure cooker of competition and innovation, where fortunes are made and lost. The sheer scale of the event is staggering, with hundreds of exhibitors and thousands of attendees vying for attention and opportunity. It's a place where airlines and manufacturers compete fiercely for billions in orders, contracts that can define their success for years to come. The signing ceremonies themselves are often elaborate affairs, attended by dignitaries and media from around the world, underscoring the importance of these deals. The rivalry between Airbus and Boeing, the two giants of the aviation world, is always center stage, a constant undercurrent of competition that fuels innovation and drives the industry forward. Their presence dominates the show, with each company vying to outdo the other in terms of aircraft orders and technological advancements. Every announcement, every new technology, every potential deal is scrutinized by the global press, eager to report on the latest developments and analyze their potential impact on the industry. The media coverage surrounding the Paris Air Show is immense, reaching audiences around the world. A strong showing here, a successful unveiling, a major contract win, can define a company's year, boosting its stock price and solidifying its position in the market. The stakes are incredibly high, and the pressure to perform is intense. The Paris Air Show is more than just a business event, it's a statement, a message to the entire industry about a company's strength, innovation, and vision for the future. It's a chance to impress competitors, attract investors, and inspire employees. In 2025, the show was set against a backdrop of cautious optimism, a post-pandemic recovery that saw air travel slowly returning to normal levels, breathing new life into the aviation industry. The mood was one of hope and anticipation, as companies looked forward to a brighter future. With both giants, Airbus and Boeing, eager to capture renewed demand and solidify their market share, the stage was set for a fierce battle for supremacy. The competition was expected to be particularly intense, with both companies unveiling new aircraft and technologies designed to appeal to airlines seeking to modernize their fleets. But just days before the event was scheduled to begin, tragedy struck. A devastating accident that sent shockwaves through the aviation community and cast a pall over the upcoming air show. The news spread quickly, leaving many in disbelief and mourning. The accident cast a somber shadow over Le Bourget, transforming the atmosphere from one of excitement and anticipation to one of grief and reflection. The usual pre-show buzz was replaced by a quiet sense of mourning. In the wake of the tragedy, the focus shifted from fierce competition and aggressive deal-making to a more profound reflection on safety, responsibility, and the human cost of progress. The accident served as a stark reminder of the risks inherent in aviation. The industry grappled with the need to balance innovation and efficiency with an unwavering commitment to safety and responsible practices. The discussions centered on how to prevent similar tragedies from occurring in the future. The usual buzz of deal-making, the energetic hum of negotiations, was replaced by a more subdued atmosphere, a sense of collective mourning that permeated the entire event. The air show felt different, quieter, more introspective. What was expected to be a contest of sales, a high-stakes battle for market share, a showcase of technological prowess, became a test of resilience and character, a demonstration of the industry's ability to come together in the face of adversity and reaffirm its commitment to safety and innovation. The world watched with bated breath as the industry faced one of its most challenging moments, a moment that would test its resolve and shape its future. The Paris Air Show, in 2025, became a symbol of both the triumphs and the tragedies of the aviation world. On June 12, 2025, a day that began like any other in the world of aviation, Air India Flight 171, a Boeing 787, 8 Dreamliner, a symbol of modern air travel, prepared for its routine journey. But tragically, the flight crashed shortly after takeoff from Ahmedabad, India. The skies turned from a pathway to a graveyard in mere moments. Of the 242 people on board, each with their own stories, dreams, and loved ones, only one survived, a single soul amidst the devastation. It was a devastating loss that shocked the world, leaving families shattered and communities in mourning. The news spread like wildfire, igniting grief and disbelief across the globe. This was the first fatal crash involving the Dreamliner, a flagship aircraft, a model long celebrated for its safety, fuel efficiency, and innovation. It was an aircraft that had redefined air travel for many. The incident shattered Boeing's spotless record, a reputation built over decades of engineering excellence, and raised urgent questions about the aircraft's safety and the rigorousness of its testing protocols. The world demanded answers. Investigators from India, the US, and Boeing, experts in their respective fields, rushed to the scene, meticulously combing through the wreckage, but answers were elusive, hidden amidst the debris. The timing was especially dire for Boeing, already facing scrutiny over other models, with the prestigious Paris Air Show, a crucial event for showcasing innovation and securing deals, just days away. Instead of preparing for sales and celebrating aviation advancements, Boeing's leadership pivoted to crisis management, grappling with the immediate fallout and long-term implications. Their focus shifted to providing support for Air India and the families of the victims. Plans for a triumphant week in Paris, filled with optimism and anticipation, were abruptly abandoned. The crash transformed the show's landscape, casting a long shadow over the entire event, forcing Boeing to focus on empathy, transparency, and a deep sense of responsibility. The tragedy set a somber tone, a heavy atmosphere of reflection and remembrance that would define the entire event, reminding everyone of the inherent risks and the paramount importance of safety in the skies. As Boeing reeled from tragedy, Airbus seized the moment at the Paris Air Show. With its main rival sidelined, Airbus announced a series of major deals, securing 248 aircraft worth $21 billion. The highlight was VietJet Air's commitment for up to 150 A321 Neo jets, underscoring Airbus's dominance in the single-aisle market. Other airlines added to the tally, reflecting strong demand for Airbus's product line. The contrast with Boeing's silence was stark. Airbus's success was as much about timing as strategy, yet celebrations were muted out of respect for the somber mood. The week became a quiet victory for Airbus, shaped by extraordinary circumstances. Boeing's presence at the 2025 Paris Air Show was intentionally subdued. The company stepped back from sales, focusing instead on supporting Air India and honoring the victims. CEO Kelly Ortberg stayed in the US to oversee the response, signaling Boeing's priorities. Boeing staff at Bourget wore Air India pins, a silent tribute to the 241 lives lost. Public statements were brief, emphasizing support for families and investigators. No new commercial orders were announced. An unprecedented move for Boeing. The aviation community respected Boeing's restraint, recognizing the gravity of the moment. Boeing's week in Paris was defined not by deals, but by dignity and empathy. Despite Airbus's impressive showing and Paris triumph, Boeing, remarkably, still maintained its lead in net orders for 2025. By the end of May, Boeing had successfully secured a substantial 512 net orders, significantly outpacing Airbus's more modest 215. A significant portion of this lead stemmed from a massive Qatar Airways deal, involving an order for 157 wide-body jets. The Paris Air Show was indeed just one chapter. Boeing's overall strong year-to-date performance remained firmly intact. The week's headlines, while attention-grabbing, didn't tell the complete story. Boeing's earlier successes had provided a crucial and substantial buffer. The high-stakes competition between these aviation giants was, and is, far from over. The mood at the 2025 Paris Air Show, it was palpable, a stark contrast to the usual celebratory atmosphere. The energy, normally buzzing with excitement and anticipation, was noticeably muted, was unlike any before. The sprawling Le Bourget exhibition grounds, typically teeming with activity, felt strangely empty. The absence of the usual fanfare created an unsettling quiet. The Air India crash cast a pall over the event, a dark shadow that seemed to hang heavy in the air. The news had spread quickly and its impact was evident on every face, replacing the usual excitement with reflection and restraint. The boisterous networking events were replaced by hushed conversations, a collective moment of mourning and contemplation. Conversations often turned to the tragedy, the shared grief creating a somber undercurrent throughout the entire show, with sympathy for the victims and concern for the investigation. Speculation was rife, but above all, there was a deep sense of empathy for those affected by the devastating loss. The show's commercial activity was subdued, a direct consequence of the tragedy and the prevailing mood of somber reflection. With total orders falling short of expectations, the focus had shifted from deal-making to remembrance, from profit margins to the human cost of aviation accidents. Boeing's silence left a void, a noticeable absence that further amplified the feeling of unease and uncertainty. And the usual rivalry was absent. The competitive spirit, normally a hallmark of the Paris Air Show, was replaced by a sense of shared responsibility and mutual respect. The timing of the crash heightened the sense of uncertainty and anxiety. It served as a stark reminder of the inherent risks associated with air travel, casting a shadow of doubt over the future of the industry. Attendees were reminded of the industry's shared commitment to safety. The importance of rigorous safety protocols and continuous improvement was underscored by the tragic events. The respectful tone from both Airbus and Boeing reflected this unity. In the face of tragedy, the industry demonstrated a remarkable display of solidarity and compassion. The 2025 show will be remembered for its gravity, not just its deals. It was a somber occasion, a time for reflection and remembrance rather than celebration and commerce. It was a powerful reminder of the responsibilities that come with flight. The pursuit of innovation and progress must always be tempered by an unwavering commitment to safety and the well-being of passengers and crew. The 2025 Paris Air Show became a defining moment for both Airbus and Boeing. Airbus walked away with a record order book, led by VietJet's massive deal. Boeing, forced into silence by tragedy, showed dignity and empathy in crisis. Despite the week's events, Boeing still led in annual net orders, thanks to earlier successes. The show was a snapshot, a reminder that fortunes in aviation can change in an instant. Above all, the industry's shared commitment to safety took center stage. The subdued mood underscored the human cost behind the headlines. The Paris Air Show of 2025 will be remembered for its gravity, resilience, and respect. It was a tale of two giants, each navigating a defining moment in their history.